Education, by the way. Africa can double every decade for the next 4 decades. That's 4 doublings. Africa would be 16 times the size of the current economy. Actually, I think it can be 10% a year, which means doubling every 7 years. If you do that for 42 years, that's 6 doublings. That's 60 times the size of today's economy. So this is by far the best investment, but it is by far not achievable with the local budgets right now. It will become achievable in 25 years after the growth, then Africa will take over. But it has to be financed up front, because it's only 25, 30, 40 years where you're going to see all of the returns. So we need another $200 billion a year. What is that? That's about 10% of Africa's GDP. That's the gap. Instead of spending 4% of GDP on education, it should be about 14% of GDP. That's a pretty accurate number. And then the IMF's going to blow a gasket. How could you borrow 10% of GDP? And the answer, I would remind my students, is that if you grow 30 times, what looks large today will be very small when the debt comes due. So here's the other part of this. We need long-term financing, not a 7-year Eurobond, which absolutely will go into default if you try to finance a 40-year return on 7-year bonds rolled over every 7 years. That's impossible.